mid battle that looks like now Bubbles is not going to be getting away from that, or is he? He's going to get out of the snot shot, and of course the graveyard. So clutch timing there, like a millisecond or two later it would have made all the difference in that. But did you see what happened to Andromeda? Was it just overextension or what?
No sir, Bubbles went in to try to mess up Flint Beastwood and failed.
It failed, okay, no, just nice and simple.
There was she put down the ultimate, and then Pharaoh kind of just jumped in there and said, not today, and that was it. So as you see the bubble shell kind of coming out to harass them down a little bit, as they're definitely going to get this middle tower. The fortification's being used, but they're just waiting to drop it, and that was it.
Well, Plague Rider somehow still made the teleport, but yeah, that tower was pretty done for the day. As Bubbles is going to try to get a last kill. Nope, it's going to go to that Plague Rider, but great combo. A little bit of revenge there on that Flint, and he will have to take a little bit of time to respawn. So, I mean, what is the tower situation? I noticed the bottom tower is also down for the Legion, so that puts us now back at 9-9 for the tower kill. All those rockets on the chipper hitting every single one on that Plague Rider. Very impressive there, as one more would have dropped him totally down.
Pharaoh's going to try to snipe him.
Is he? I don't know where the snot shot's going.
He just shot it. I don't know if he's going to get it. Nah, he's not going to get it, unfortunately. He would have survived it anyway. But, yeah, that was really interesting. Actually, Pharaoh, if you watched him, he kind of tried to set up the ultimate on him, but that didn't work.
The Pharaoh?
Unfortunately. Yeah, the Pharaoh, he kind of stepped off to the side, but Chipper kind of got in his way.
It's good to say the ultimate's still not on cooldown, yeah. So...
He tried to shoot it, but they wouldn't let him line it up, so...
Fair enough.
He survived. As you see some initiation going on up top, Pebble starting out the stun on Flint Beastwood. Flint Beastwood's going to pop the ultimate on him, though. Just kind of patting each other on the back, saying, oh, as Chipper lands some nice rockets on Pebbles there, dropping him low as Forsaken Archer. Holds him in place, takes him down like it's nothing. She's really fired up. She already has her friggin' shrunken head. It's only 20 minutes into the game. She's sitting on Ghost Marchers, 2 Soul Scream rings, and a shrunken head, which is nuts as the tower goes down. They're really taking a tower advantage here in the Legion team, using his their pushing ability from Forsaken Archer's free farm, essentially, down bottom. As all the heroes are up top, and they might continue their push, maybe not. As Pharaoh Illusions kind of come out to scout it.
Well, the Pharaoh Illusions are a great idea, because even if you get a 1 spell wasted on him, that's an advantage you're going to have for the next X number of seconds. Bubbles, however, going to be taking advantage of this, throwing in great ultimate, grabbing 4 of them, and Marok is going to be silver bulleting that Plague Rider nice and squishy, but just so much AoE damage coming out of this Legion side. It's now a 3-2, 3-3 advantage, 3-4. No, 3-3. Okay, fine. 3-3 advantage, as that came to a pretty even team fight. I'm not too sure what Flint is going to be trying to do here. He must have some really high confidence he can land that. But the Chipper Rocket's also not going to be in range, although he might try it. No, he's not. I don't know. What's he doing? He's going crazy in the river.
Yeah, they're kind of just messing around. That was actually kind of a blunder on Wretched Hag's part, actually. Well, she was gonna die no matter what, but she kind of blinked into the middle of between who was it? It was, who am I thinking of? It was Wretched Hag, Pharaoh, and Witchslayer, I think. Anyway, Witchslayer and Pharaoh were almost split apart perfectly, and then Wretched Hag kind of blinked in the middle and caused the Plague Rider ult to bounce in between them all, and they all went down on top of the Forsaken Archer ultimate. So really just good team fight synergy overall from the Legion team coming out, as they take a slight hero kill advantage and definitely a tower advantage, 15-13, 22 minutes into this game, almost 23.
Yeah, right after that you can notice the experience in the gold definitely ballooned a lot. 3 hero kills compared to 3 hero kills and a tower, so that makes all the difference in the world. And as you said, right now they do have that big advantage. They got the level advantage coming out, especially with a level 16 Forsaken Archer at this point. As you said, Shrunken Head is the least of their worries, as she's now making her, a big stand toward that typical ranged carry combo. She already has her Firebrand. She can definitely make that into a Frostburn or go straight into a Geometers. What are you feeling like she's going to go for this time? The offensive?
I'm feeling the Shrunken Head, as we see Pebbles comboing down the really squishy Witchslayer there down by the bottom rune. Really nothing to do, and that's all a product of another nice ward. And actually, you know what? That's the Hellborn ward. But they do have some wards down there. They could probably see her in the river, and he blinked in there and took her down. We forgot to mention that, actually. Pebbles has his Portal Key and Striders done, which is really helping out with the initiation. If you want to take a look at some other items. Bubbles has Steam Boots, Chalice, and a Bottle. We got Plague Rider with some wards and a Bracer and his Striders. Flint Beastwood working on his Shrunken Head with the Mighty Blade and the Warhammer. Not quite finished yet. He's got almost enough money for it, though, now. Actually, he's about halfway towards the last piece. Other than that, Wretched Hag has the 2 Talismans Exile and the Steam Boots. So, really, the only person with really impressive items right now is the Forsaken Archer, who is right now the top farmer in the game, if I'm not mistaken. 430 gold per minute, doing a really impressive job. Is the highest person on the Hellborn team only has 250 gold per minute. That's belonging to the Flint Beastwood. Is some pings going out down around Kongor. Probably want some wards going back up or something. I don't know. Nothing interesting going on. Just back to the farming game.
Well, people like the farming game. They like to get their items in all in a nice little row. But yeah, we do have some Helms of the Black Legions being thrown out on the Hellborn side. But really, I mean, level 17 Forsaken Archer, I mean, she's clearly taking the gold lead. No issue about that. A solo lane, a few tower kills, and now triple stacked jungles thanks to that Andromeda. I mean, right now, I gotta say the support's doing what the support does. A great combo coming down from Pebbles, not going to be ending up to kill that Flint Beastwood as everyone jumps in on top of him. But Bubbles coming in with an ult and a Forsaken Archer ult, but it definitely was not optimally placed. That Shrunken Head is just going to be tearing through this magic that Witch Slayer wants to throw at him, and now Chipper even throwing out the focus buffer, not going to be doing that. Quad kill coming out for Unz here, and is that a genocide? That is indeed a genocide.
Carried by Standen. Wonderful play by the Legion team. Actually, and I disagree with your opinion on the placement of the Forsaken Archer. If he didn't do that, he wouldn't have been able to kill Flint Beastwood.
Well, to me, I mean, like, obviously I'm paying attention to the entire thing, but to me it only looked like he was hitting one of the 4 heroes around there.
I think he got a little bit of an edge on it. As Andromeda's going to die to the tower? No, 10 HP. She was tanking the tower a little bit as the middle tower does go down for the Legion team as they take a commanding lead on this game with a 12,830 experience lead, an 11,000 gold lead.
That's big.
Really, that's huge right now. And looking at this Forsaken Archer's farm, who's taking over this game. She's level 18. She's 10-1-4, 712 gold or experience per minute, 418 or 490 gold per minute. Sorry, that's ridiculous. She's destroying this game.
So far. Yeah, she's definitely putting forward a very nice, polished foot onto that line for top player of this game so far. But really, I mean, not even just top player, but top team so far. This Legion is just dominating in all aspects. Kills, towers, creeps, even the support going around stacking jungles. I mean, that is something that, you know, really great communication, really great teamwork comes down to it. It's not all about, you know, equalizing those levels. It's not all about getting support kills. It's all about working together and doing what you guys can do for the maximum efficiency, and they're doing really well at it right now.
Well, that not to downgrade the Hellborn team right now. If you're watching, Wretched Hag's doing some ancient pulling, which is really good for the team, and they're also stacking the jungle and emptying that too. And they also Witch Slayer's been doing a really fantastic job counter warding. They had a whole bunch of wards up in the middle, right on the Hellborn jungle, and Witch Slayer managed to take them all down. So the Hellborn earlier in the game weren't really as much of weren't warding as much as the Legion team, unfortunately, but. They're definitely picking up the pace right now as we see Bubbles invisible walking around Wretched Hag down bottom. As he does decide to go on and popping the silence and taking him down with a Shell Serve and a couple auto attacks. So that was a really good pickoff. Nice rune gank. Actually, if the Hellborn were paying attention, they might have been able to spot him with that the ward of sight, but I'm not sure if he picked up the rune or not, top or bottom.
Well, all that ancient farming is now kind of negated after dying. But, I mean, we got Flint coming down to, well, not quite avenge, but to kill some more Ancients on their part. Flint looks like he has his Shrunken Head set up. Now, Shrunken Head, first item on this Flint Beastwood. Is there really that much, like, magic damage to be feared from this Legion? And just, you know, quick look up at the lineup. They got a, you know, majority of, you know, magical team damage going, so... I don't know. Good pickup, bad pickup?
I completely agree with the item. I think it's a fantastic pickup because, well, Pebbles' damage is what's really been messing him up.
Yeah, the one-trick pony combo.
It's entirely magic. Forsaken Archer stun, Bubbles, everything but his auto attacks is magic. The Plague Rider ultimate there's really no better item choice for the first item. It makes it so he can last in those team fights. He already does an impressive amount of damage, so as we see some heroes kicking around up in the Hellborn jungle, maybe thinking about doing something as Bubbles kind of gets
Snot shot
hit with the snot rocket, as you like to call it. Yeah, he's invisible though once again, and he's thinking about going in maybe.
Now,
I'm not entirely sure what they're going to do.
I don't know if you're looking at his inventory right now, but he has also picked up that portal key. So it is now officially a 2 portal key team. And that was really, I mean, that's a lot of mobility counter that they got going against that Hag and, of course, that Pharaoh. So Pebbles, throwing out the Shell Surf and then just using the portal key to land that silence damage. Now puts out a good amount of DPS there on that Hag. Going to be sending them into retreat. But right now it does seem that this Legion has a lot of map control and a lot of rune control, simply because, I mean, I not to slight the Witch Slayer, he's been doing a great job countering with wards. I mean, he is carrying 2 and 2 right now, and now he's going to do a whole bunch more, but, I mean, it's been a big back and forth for a lot of these wards.
Yeah, exactly. I think really right now it's just a big farming game. Both teams are really not wanting to initiate another. Both teams have very strong initiation with the Pebbles and the Pharaoh and the Hellborn team. So really it's just a matter of who blinks first.
Yeah, pretty much.
So if it's Pharaoh who decides to jump in, or if it's Pebbles or Bubbles, or it's just when the team fights do happen, it's a big cluster, and it's really exciting to watch. But right now everyone's kind of just afraid to join in on the party.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly as you say. Whoever strikes first will need to follow it up very strong and very quick, simply because both teams are now to the point where it could be either one initiates. We could have the Pharaoh followed by the Hag. Who went down?
That was a product of beautiful word placement by the Legion team. Bubbles spotted Flint Beastwood on low health, farming the jungle, as we see Bubbles' ultimate coming out on top of Witch Slayer, and Witch Slayer ultimate coming down. Bubbles is all alone almost, and then here comes the rest of his team, able to follow him up and get a nice hasty kill on Witch Slayer, and almost a kill on Chipper, but he's able to bottle back up. So you see that ward on the top?
Yep.
That's the entire reason why that kill managed to happen. They've seen Flint Beastwood farm in the jungle. Bubbles just moseyed on up, poured it in, killed him. That was it for him. Nothing he could do at all. And they're just going to go back to farming, and they're going to continue to take this commanding lead over the Hellborn team.
Man, I don't think I say it enough, but movement speed is king of this game.
Wards, man. Wards are king of this game. And movement speed, yeah, definitely. The Striders definitely help. The what does Bubbles have? Bubbles has, well, the portal key and the blink, obviously, so he doesn't really need Striders or anything super heavy duty for movement speed. But it definitely is king. And it's definitely being shown here. The mobility of the Legion team is really
well, your vote is the wards, which is, I mean, I can concede that point. Wards are very, very important in this game. But, he saw that ward, and then, he cell-shirfed, he ran, he portal keyed. That's a lot of distance covered in a very short amount of time, and it allowed them to get the kills. So, to me, it's all about the movement speed, but the wards are definitely a big factor, especially for that kill right there.
As we see some initiation maybe going on, as we see Bubbles popping up the silence, and the Forsaken Archer all coming on top of with the Witch Slayer stun, stopping it short with the the Pharaoh popping up as Mummy Wall is able to kill down a champion of Neworth coming out from Forsaken Archer. He's killing a bunch of people. Bloodbath, double tap on top of the Chipper. Put down the Shawblade Showdown, not the greatest plate, but Forsaken Archer's kind of stuck in the Mummy Wall. Is he going to be able to DPS down Pharaoh? I don't think so. That's going to be it. Flint Beastwood managing to survive too as he gets stunned by Andromeda, but there's really nothing much they can do. They're all kind of on low health, as we see a 4 to 3.
No, 3 to 2.
3 to 2 exchange for the in the favor of the Hellborn team, actually.
Yeah, they won that fight. They almost took out that Andromeda with him, but she's going to motor on out of there. This Forsaken Archer, though, champion of Neworth, I mean, she still had her 1 death, and now a little bit of an oversight on that Flint, but he was able to get out of that just by a little bit of range there. But he has a quick blade up, so he's probably going to start building towards that combination. And did we have any of that combo fill out? Of course we did have Geometer's Bane, great key component in that fight for that Forsaken Archer, and an Ice Brand. So throwing out the Geometer's Bane with the Shrunken Head and an Ice Brand, very hard to get away from her, especially when you have 3 sources of slow being hit upon you. But she did find this Witch Slayer. Witch Slayer is out for